yum, yum. Are you a corn on the cob lover? Are you a corn on the cob lover? Tasty, right? Tasty. Nothing like some corn on the cob, right? Busy. Corn on the cob. And you can't eat it by itself, right? You can't just be corn on the cob by itself. Gotta top it off. Gotta top it off. And I'm gonna tell you what I topped my corn on the cob with. You tell me in the comments what you topped it off with. What would you top your corn on the cob with? Let me tell you what I did. I would add some butter. Yes, marinate this with some butter. I would add some honey. Yes, marinate with some honey. I'm not done. I'm not done. Salt and pepper. Yes. Tear it up. It wasn't nothing for me to eat 3-4 corn on the cobs in one sitting. Yeah. Fire. Yes, honey. She's like, honey? Yep. I would add all of that. It was lit. My insides were definitely lit, right? I mean, heart clogging. Delicious. Tell me what you topped yours off. Okay, Dominique, she's like butter, salt, and pepper, baby. Let's go, Dominique. I feel you on that. Get that salt and pepper in there. I mean, you got sweet and tangy at the same time. Fire. Yes. I mean, you know what? Thinking about that, the corn on the cob itself wouldn't have been as bad, right? But it's like all the toppings, what that does to your insides in the long run, right? Because corn on the cob by itself is not that bad, even though when you eat it, it comes out the same way, but that's another conversation. So in this live, y'all, I'm going to talk about what you could be eating, right? It's healthy food, but it's not really that healthy because you're still experiencing bloating, indigestion, right? Hormones still acting out of control, right? 1 minute you're tired, 1 minute you feel frustrated, just your mood is just all over the place. And your immune system continues to flare up because your skin is itchy, you got acne going on. It's just a mess. But you've changed your diet. You went from eating meat, dairy, to now a vegan, and you're still not seeing any results, right? Even though you're eating healthy food. So in this live, I want to tell you how healthy food paired up can actually make you sick, right? So pairings, the pairing of food, what you're eating the food with on that plate in one sitting, it matters. It matters, healthy or not. It's going to determine how your body utilizes the food, what energy you get out of it, what results you're going to see. Yes. So in this live, I'm going to be sharing with you what could be the missing piece on why you're still experiencing bloating, digestive issues, mood swings, despite changing your diet. Yes, that's what we're going to talk about. The theme, y'all, we're at the family barbecue. Yes, at the family barbecue. So let's get ready to have this fun dialogue. And for those that don't know me, my name is Phyllis, founder of Fibroid Queen. And I help women eliminate fibroid pain in less than 30 days without wasting time, money, energy on ineffective surgeries through my unique holistic program. Yes. And y'all, I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to help women become better versions of themselves while eliminating shrinking fibroids naturally through womb healing practices. Yes. And we're still in Fibroid Awareness Month, right? Share this video, right? Because in light of that, we're going to be really discussing how food could be making your symptoms worse, and it could be feeding the fibroid growth, even though you're eating healthy food, right? So share this video with another sister. I know out of the circle of all your sisters, all your friends, at least a handful of them are dealing with uterine fibroids and don't even know. They have no idea, or they're suffering in silence, right? Infertility, painful sex, just suffering. And they're masking it all through birth control, pain relievers that are not really getting to the root of it, but just feeding the condition even more and more. Yes. So we got day bubs in the house. We got dat divas here. Bioko grew up eating it by itself, not adding too much to the corn. See, we need to get like you. We need to get like you. That was awesome. Because that wasn't for me. I was topping it off, and I'm gonna show you some other things that I topped off too. So share this video, and I think a lot of the knowledge gems I'm going to share today is going to kind of give you some awareness to say, you know what? If I can be like, what's her name here? Miyoko, and do without the toppings, right? Do it by itself. It's not going to be so bad, right? Moderation at the end of the day, okay? Because what it is whatever your body is taking in, it has to break it down. And if it cannot break it down, that's where we get into the bottleneck of issues. So let's get into this family barbecue that we're at. So we got Uncle Larry. So Uncle Larry, he loves his hot dogs. So he's eating his hot dog, and he has it wrapped up in a bun. He puts his little ketchup on it, his little mustard. He got his mustard on it. You're just watching Uncle Larry get down with his favorite hot dogs, right? And then Uncle Larry starts to add cheese on it. He starts to add cheese, bacon on it. He's got his loaded hot dog that he's ready to devour. And he's like, hey, love, I got some hot dogs for you. Come get some. You're like, no, right? Because your last period was hell. Your last period was hell. You had clots, pain, you had to call off work, and Uncle Larry is like, come get some hot dogs, baby. And you're like, no, I don't want any, right? So Grandma May is like, sweetie, I made your favorite sweet potato pie, right? And I got some macaroni here for you. It's vegan, right? You know how Grandma May gets down. She didn't grow up with anything that revolved around being vegan, right? You know how she makes her food. You know how she makes her sweet potato pie. Loads of sugar. You already know that, right? She's like, I got some macaroni. It's vegan for you. You know, it's vegan, right? And then she goes, we got some soy meat right over here. Help yourself, right? And then we also got some yogurt to top it off. Yogurt, right? And we got some baby potatoes with Parmesan cheese on it. So here you are looking at this table, at this family barbecue, all of this food, and way at the corner, you see this small little bowl of greens. Kale, way at the corner. Everything else, processed, right? Soy meat. We got hot dogs. Hot dog, like the name itself, it's just not giving activation to the taste buds when I hear hot dog. I don't know, that's just me. We got hot dog in a bun. We got soy meat. We got all of this. And you're thinking about how crazy your last period was. and your family is like, come get this food, because they probably get a little upset if you don't eat. They'll be like, wow, you don't like my food? This is food. You better eat. That's the energy they come in with, right? You're thinking, one part of you is like, I can't do this. This may be feeding my fibroids, right? They don't know. They don't know that you're dealing with fibroids. They don't know that you, every month, 10 days out of the month, you're in a place of heartache, trying to get your periods controlled. Doctor says birth control, you got a myomectomy, they grew back, and you have all of these thoughts going in your head. Family's like, come get some food. Part of you is like, no. If you eat this food, your stomach is going to be in a knot. It's going to be in a knot, right? Because you got dairy, we got starches, we got meat, and you eat that all in one sitting. You're going to be best friends with the toilet. Don't eat that. Another part of you is like, oh, it's okay. Just have a little bit of everything. It's not a big deal, right? She said it's vegan. Grandma May said the sweet potato pie is vegan. She said the white cheddar macaroni is vegan as well. So just have a bite. Have a couple bites of everything. You'll be fine. So you have one side of you saying, no. Other side of you saying, go ahead. It's okay. Never fails. I always get a phone call. Oh my gosh. So one part of you is like, no. Other part of you is like, you know what? Let me just get some of that. It's not going to be a big deal, right? So could you imagine being in that position? I can. I've been in that position a very long time, right? From dealing with large fibroids, having family that does not understand what the dynamic of fibroids, what feeds them, what makes them grow, right? Not understanding me, right? Me not saying much about it. So they don't know, right? They don't know. They're just wanting to feed you, right? Give you some hospitality, making you feel good, and with all this food, right? But is it really food? And it may look healthy, it may sound healthy, but is it really healthy, right? And you have to define healthy. You have to define that, okay? So when it comes to some of the food you may be eating, it may not be working well together, okay? It's like have the corn on the cob by itself, like Miyoko did, right? And come back, have something else, spread it apart. And I'm going to get into more of that in a moment, because sometimes when different foods are digested together in one sitting, they can be acting against each other, okay? So number one, you have to define healthy. Number two, your definition of what's healthy for you, where you want to be, where you want your body to be, how do you want to move through life, it's going to reflect on what your definition of healthy is. Because some people think, oh, just chicken and this, and that's great, but not realizing that your way of being healthy is actually not helping your body be able to function at a high level. And that could be the missing factor when it comes to, dealing with fibroids, something that's hormonal. So you're like, what do you mean? Let me explain, okay? So some foods cancel each other out. Yeah, some foods cancel let me say that again. Some foods cancel each other out. Yes. So you may come to the barbecue ready, like you brought some healthy food, right? You brought some quinoa, and you brought some lean chicken breast. Okay, you brought that to the barbecue because you knew The food there, you were not about to get into. You knew Uncle Larry and Grandma May were going to throw down with how they throw down, right? Processed and everything. So you brought some quinoa with some lean chicken breasts. But the thing is, they both require a different environment to digest optimally in your body. Yes, the quinoa requires a different environment. The lean chicken breasts requires a different environment, right? Because otherwise, these are pretty okay, healthy foods. More so the quinoa is, right? But they both require a different environment to digest, okay? Because other than that, they're going to cancel each other out. And when they cancel each other out, that's going to feed fibroid growth, okay? So canceling each other out equals chronic inflammation and acidity. Canceling each other out equals, when the foods cancel each other out, that equals chronic inflammation and acidity, okay? So again, the baby potatoes with Parmesan along with the soy chicken nuggets are going to cancel each other out, okay? And I talk to women all the time, and this is a perfect example. I talk to women all the time that say how they're on this fibroid elimination journey. They're trying to do all these things, holistic, but they're not seeing results. They're doing a whole lot of things, but they're not seeing results, right? And that is a reflection of how your body can only do one concentrated thing at a time, okay? So your body can only do one concentrated food at a time when it comes to digestion. One at a time. Not all of this. All of this makes your digestive system confused and eventually going in knots, leading to the bloating, digestive issues that you may be experiencing, right? So the digestion of chicken, okay, requires an acidic environment. So your digestive system has to produce the enzymes that makes this environment acidic to digest the meat, right? Digest the chicken, okay? Now, the quinoa requires an alkaline environment. So it's opposite of acidic to digest the quinoa. Now, you're eating them both at the same time. One sitting on one plate. They're going to cancel each other out. When they cancel each other out, what does that equal? I told you earlier. Get your notes out. Chronic inflammation and acidity. Even though it's healthy, somewhat healthy, right? So they both neutralize each other. So your digestive system is confused. It's like, do I go acidic? Do I go alkaline? You know, that back and forth. And what happens? That back and forth leads to the food not really getting properly digested. So you're not getting all the nutrients and minerals out of the food you're eating because your body's confused on what to do with it. So not everything gets digested, and it creates an environment of yeast, right? You're a person that is suffering with any type of yeast ailment, fermentation, and all of that feeds fungus. And at the end of the day, you're already dealing with heavy bleeding from fibroids, fatigue, bloating, and then you're not getting what you need out of the food. Could you imagine what your body's going through? No wonder why you feel the way you feel, up and down. You know, one minute you're fine, 1 minute you're not, right? You're tired. Periods are horrible. So this also contributes to foggy brain, right? That was something I suffered from. Drop a 1 if you've also suffered from foggy brain in the past or currently foggy brain. If you've suffered in the past, you know, what has worked for you to address that. And what has worked for me is really intentionally structuring the way that I eat with a cellular based approach. Okay. And I'm going to get into more of that. So poor digestion also puts a lot of stress on the liver. And we don't want that to be the case, because the liver is the powerhouse when it comes to harmonizing your hormones. So if the liver ain't acting right, your hormones are going to continue being all over the place, and that is also going to feed a fibroid growth. Okay? So in order to keep the hormones harmonizing, the liver has to be functioning at its best, as the liver is the detox organ as well. Liver is the detox organ. So we need the liver to be optimal. And improperly digested food is going to weaken the liver, even if it's healthy food. Yeah. Healthy food that's not paired correctly. You may think, you know what, what's the big deal? This is a lot, right? Because you're already trying to figure out what to eat. You change your diet, this, that. And if you're not experiencing bloating, digestive issues, and you've been eating good, you change your diet, no problem, great. But when you're dealing with a hormonal imbalance, and you have also fibroids in the mix, and all these crazy symptoms, something as little as pairing up your food could be a big deal. Something as little as pairing up your food correctly can be a major game changer. Yes. So if this snowball effect that I just described keeps happening, this will lead you down a path of gut issues. And it can disrupt the nutrients that you're actually getting from food, and make you feel weaker and weaker. And that's why, this could be also, if you went plant-based from, having a regular standard American diet, you went plant-based or you went raw, that transition sometimes can be a negative effect on your body, because you may not be getting or absorbing the nutrients you need out of the food that you're eating, right? Because of some underlying gut issue. So this is crucial when you're also dealing with heavy bleeding, right? And, just things that take a lot of energy out of your body. So this is crucial. And this all can be a reflection to why you're not seeing results after changing your diet, right? You went from a standard American diet to a vegan, or, you switch between pescatarian, whatever, keto diet, but you're still not seeing results. This could be the missing piece of not only the transition of foods, but how well are the foods being absorbed in your body, where it's properly digested in a way that's keeping your immune system at bay, because improperly digested food is going to linger in your blood and flare up your immune system, because your immune system is thinking, oh my God, there's a bad guy, we got to go get him. And you're feeling bloated, acne, skin issues, fatigue, all that stuff. So in our unique holistic program, the cellular nutritional approach is a way to not only feed your cells, but learn how to appropriately pair up your foods. So that way you're optimizing your digestion and no longer having to deal with bloating and digestive issues, because you are confident that when you go to the family barbecue, you know how to eat, you know what to stay away from. But at the end of the day, you are confident that you can go to the family barbecue and still be good and still be able to hang with the family without adding to the chronic inflammation, without adding more chronic inflammation to your body, right? So understanding what foods optimally pair with what matters. Yes, it matters in the world of hormonal imbalance, because that little adjustment can make a world of difference, right? Especially if you're not getting results after changing to a more healthier type of nutritional lifestyle. And you know what? If you're that woman, right? If you're that woman that knows it's just beyond a vegan plan, it's just beyond a vegan meal plan, right? You know that you want to actually have a better relationship with food emotionally, so that way you're making healthier decisions and you're feeling confident that you can go to any environment, family barbecue, a party, an event, and still be in a place of knowing that, you know what, I'm going to stay away from that, I'm going to have that. You feel comfortable on how to move and what to eat with a good knowledge base. You want that knowledge base, right? You're that woman that knows, you know what, if I don't do something now, these fibroids are only going to grow. I've already had a myomectomy, right? And I'm not looking to have another one. I want to get to the root of this. You know that, right? Is that you? Or are you that woman that can use structure, right? Structure on how to eat for your cells so that your body is digesting at its best. You're getting the nutrients that you need out of your food. And someone can look over your lab work. Someone can validate these results, this transition. You need that structure from possibly someone that has been there, done that. I feel you on that, right? And that is what the Unique Holistic Program is all about. We need some flexibility. I still want to go to the family barbecue, right? And like Miyoko, you know, I may or may not have some corn, no toppings on it, but I can still munch on it, have some corn, right? I can bring my own food, right? I can still have fun with the family. You want to be able to live your life in the most comfortable way with a better relationship with food, and know that you're eating to get to the root of what is feeding the fibroids. I want you to send me a DM. Invest, because I can understand the fear that comes with going out to eat, with friends, with family, functions, and one side of you is like, okay, no, don't eat that. One side of you, oh, the fibroids are gonna grow. Oh, don't eat that. You know, eat this. Like that back and forth is so frustrating. But how amazing would it feel to go to these family functions and feel secure and comfortable and at ease, knowing that you're on a plan. You have someone keeping you accountable. You're moving your body with womb wellness workouts to get some of the toxins out, work your lymphatic system. You're doing some emotional regrounding work, uprooting the stress that may be adding to the fibroid development, you know, moving towards more of the positive side of healing, right? And then you have a cellular nutritional approach, a planned structure that helps you build a better relationship with food, so you're feeling energized, and you have an understanding of moderation, what that means. You know what healthy means. You know what these different terms, you know, the power of what that means for you, so that way you can stay on track. It's not what Grandma May says is healthy, not what Uncle Larry says is healthy, because Uncle Larry says hot dogs are healthy. This is healthy, this is meat. This is what Uncle Larry's saying. So Uncle Larry has a whole different definition of what healthy means, right? So you have to define that. And that's something you can learn in this program, because we want healthy to be where you're eliminating these fibroids out of your body, getting rid of the chronic inflammation, the acidity, right? Striving towards hormonal harmony. That's what healthy is in this space, and you want more of that. Send me a DM. Invest, because you're ready to invest in yourself. You're sick and tired of the cookie cutter plans online, you know, you don't know if the plans online, if they're going to work for you and your makeup. You know, we all have different makeups, right? What's healthy for me may not be healthy for you. And you want that structured, tailored approach to know what is going to be healthy for me and what is not going to be feeding these fibroids, right? So I want to leave some time for questions. And if any of this like gave you an epiphany, spoke to you, give me some feedback. I would love to know what your thoughts are. Yep, the coach and the cook, I'm dealing with them now, taking my Fimbre. Okay, so when it comes to fibroids, in order to get to the root of things, it's going to take that structure from what you eat, how you think, right? How you move your body. Because at the end of the day, you want to be doing practices, and that's what's entailed in Unique Holistic Program. You want to be doing practices that are going to encourage cellular waste to move out of your body. Cellular waste, because fibroids are fake cells. So you want to do it from a cellular-based approach. Remove the cellular waste as well as toxins, garbage that is just taking up your uterus, right? Because for fibroids to form, your body literally became a garbage dump. Your body became more so where the uterus is, it became a garbage dump. And when you have more and more garbage floating in your blood, more opportunity to feed the fibroids, okay? So that is what is entailed in the Unique Holistic Program, getting to the root of it. That's great, you're taking medication, you're doing this, but if you really want to stop the fibroids from growing, from thriving, you have to get to the root of it, right? And many women talk to me, you know, or tell me that I want to get a myomectomy and prevent the fibroids and enjoy your program to prevent the fibroids from coming back. But I just wanted to take a little emphasis on what you just said. I want to prevent them from coming back in your program. Well, if you can prevent them from coming back, you can prevent them from growing and getting them in the first place, don't you think, right? If you had all the right practices, right? You can get it at the root before it even becomes a problem. So, like I said, share this video because many women are in a stage where the fibroids are super small or it's not clinically diagnosed yet because they're so small, but they're brewing. And that's why I feel like all women need to hear this. It's not just those with fibroids because some may not know that they have fibroids. All women need to know this information. So share this video because I would greatly appreciate as we are trying to save the wombs. We got to save our wombs. We, as melanated women, we are extremely powerful. And once you know the power of who you are, what you can do, your body is going to work in that way. And that is how I was able to shrink and eliminate fibroids, is the belief that it's possible. Doctor says this, your friend says this, now everyone's egg freezing, doing this, doing that. I mean, but years ago, this is what we weren't doing this stuff, right? It's now like a trend. But again, understanding how the body works. And you may not understand how the body works. And you may need that support, guidance from someone that may have that knowledge to help you on this journey, understand how your body works. Because you're going to need that. I mean, just science. That's just science. How the cells work. Do you have an understanding of how the cells work? Because that's how you can proceed to know what is going to help the cells restore themselves. Because fibroids are fake cells. And in our Unique Holistic Program, it's a cellular-based approach. Cellular-based approach. Because once you get down to the root of the cell, which controls everything in you, your body, your mind. It's going to change the environment of where the cells bathe in. Once the cells change, they're going to send the right messages between cells, between organs. Once your body starts getting the right messages, you start moving towards hormonal harmony and out of hormonal imbalance. So we have to get it at the cells. It's not the what the functional practitioner said, who has maybe not led someone down this path. Oh, it's the hormones. Oh, it's the meat. Oh, it's your mom, you had it. No, it's the cells, right? Let's divert the energy into the root of the issue, which is your cells. So, do you work with women outside the US? Absolutely, all over the world. Yes, I do. So send me a DM, invest. If you're that woman that I described earlier, right? Sick and tired of going to the doctor, right? Everyone says treatment, go to the doctor, but treatment is temporary. Treatment is temporary, right? And it's like, what happens after I get the treatment? What happens after I get the surgery? Have you thought about that? Like, what happens? Hey, you feel like the surgery is what you need to do. Great. My question to you is, what happens after? Because what you did up until this point has added to the fibroid growth. What are you changing? And what you're changing, is it deep enough? Is it enough to get to the root of fibroids, the root of the cells? Is it enough? Right? And how do you know that? Right? What are you doing to track your results? Right? Those missing pieces, right, can make a world of difference on saving you time, energy, money. And again, for those that don't know me, my name is Phyllis, founder of Fibroid Queen. I help women eliminate fibroid pain in less than 30 days without wasting time, money, energy on ineffective surgeries through the Unique Holistic Program. I've been able to shrink and eliminate fibroids naturally, and I was not carrying small fibroids. They were large fibroids. I was trying to see if I can give you a visual, but large fibroids, almost the size of a grapefruit. Yes. And if I can do it, shrink and eliminate it, so can you. But the driving factor for me was the belief that I can do it. The belief, despite what the doctor's saying, because they're giving me their opinion based on their experience. Their experience is not giving me fibroid elimination. It's giving me treatments, which is temporary. So personally for me, that wasn't a path I wanted to go. Surgery, drugs, procedures, no. That wasn't for me. But I was in a situation, well, some people may say it was stable. Some people may say it was unstable. Like the fibroids were pressing against my organs. I mean, I was having pain. Periods were hell. Unstable or stable. I knew that there was another way, even though I was going through that. So my situation is unique. Not everyone's going to think that way or feel that way. But as a coach, as a womb wellness coach, I help you get to the root of it. So that way you're not going through this over and over. We're not looking to be cut and cut and cut to remove fibroids that keep growing at a crazy rate, where you have to go back on a surgery, go back into surgery, and not know if, you know what, are they going to grow again? Living in fear, right? Could you imagine living in fear? So if you're looking to get to the root, you're ready to invest in you, because you know in order for you to get to the next level, you have to transform what you've been doing, because what you've been doing contributed to fibroids in your body. So if you go back to doing the same thing, you can go back the same road. It's like, you know what do I change? That's what we do here. We help you fill in those pieces, help you with a structured plan, help you get to the root of fibroids. So you're living your best life, feeling good, vibrant, birthing babies, birthing businesses, legacies, and just living to your max potential. And, I want to put a lot of emphasis on that, to say, are you living? Are you really happy what you're doing and where you are? Because that is also going to reflect on how you approach your situation. What is your self-worth level at? Where is your confidence at? If it's low right here, you may get in that rut of thinking a doctor, a medication is going to help your situation, help you feel more alive. But you very well can go do that and end up right back in the situation. Despite what I was going through, fibroids, rubbing against my organs, pain to walk, move, exercise, despite all of that, deep down inside, I had just a little self-worth for myself to say, this doctor is not going to be able to help me for the long haul. Maybe right now, if I were to go through this surgery temporarily, but, what do I do when it comes back again? Come back to this doctor again, right? To ask for more help, right? But he can't help me. I have to help me, right? So I hope that gives you a little bit more juice to say, I have some inner work that needs to be done. Because that inner work is going to help you make intentional, informed decisions, right? It's not just about, know your options. If it's not this doctor, find another doctor. But what is your goal? You have to have an idea where you want to be, what you want before going to the doctor. Because it's like going to a car dealership. If you don't know what car you want, they're going to tell you what car you should get, right? It could be beyond your budget, but you are so lost on what you need for you. Your confidence is so low, right? You've been working in a low vibrational state, depressed, and then you're going to the doctor, they're going to tell you how you should think, what you should do. They're going to tell you if you don't know, right? So you have to build that awareness of who you are, right? What you're here for, what you want to do, where do you see yourself as your ideal best self? What does that look like, right? And in this program, you will be coached on how to go to the doctor's appointment. I mean, we literally have to help you work out because we don't want to bring those old emotions every time you go to the doctor's office. It's a traumatic situation. We don't want it to keep being traumatic. We want to empower you to get back in the driver's seat where your doctor is now your partner, your teammate. They don't own you. They don't own your care. They work with you. So if it's not working, you can get another one. And you feel so unapologetic about it. Your lab work, you're asking for copies. So you and I can go over it together. Make sure nothing is missed in your lab work. You're asking for things to make sure that the fibroids are eliminating beyond an MRI and ultrasound, right? It's beyond that because those can be wrong, right? Those cannot give the full picture of what's going on with your body. So just using that as a tracking method could be leading you down the wrong path, right? Understanding that the way that your digestive system is working, how you're absorbing the nutrients from the food is all going to impact what's getting to your cells, right? Fibroids are fake cells. So if your cells ain't getting what they need because you're eating macaroni and cheese, baby potatoes with cheese on it, chicken nuggets, hot dogs with bacon on it, fried eggs. What else we got in here? Dairy milk, chocolate milk. You're not aware that, a lot of this food that you're eating together is creating a mess in your digestive system. It's all bringing acid, right? Even, again, let's take out the junk food here. Let's take it out, right? and let's just say quinoa and steak. Let's just say rice, brown rice, right? Brown rice and seitan, soy meat. Let's just say fruit, right? Fruit with oatmeal. Not good combinations together. Not good food pairing because they're both canceling each other out, which is feeding the fibroid growth. Okay, so just to bring it back, because we had a very fun dialogue today. Hey Rama, one of my clients is here. I want to take your detox program. My doctor in Nigeria is good too with detox pearls. Okay, so detox pearls. Okay, yeah. Trying to get me to get surgery. I hear you. My father was also trying to get me to get surgery as well. This is from Stephanie. I struggle every day knowing what to eat. I'm dealing with PCOS and fibroids. Any tips? Yeah, so general tips, free tips that I provide is all on my platform. I'm here donating my time, energy to giving you these tips. But I would say just take time out of your day, an hour, and go through my videos. Write down notes on how to kind of alternate, switch out, and just really gain your knowledge on what you can do in different situations. Like even today, I kind of shared how eating the food separately would make a difference versus eating it together. And it's like, how much time? I would say about an hour. So if you're going to have corn on the cob with some, you can have it with a salad or something, right? And then wait an hour and then have the protein, whatever protein you're going to have. So that way the environments can adjust to whatever you're eating to break down the food, okay? So just separate it out. So continue with these tips, Stephanie, but if you are looking for personalized, tailored support for you, then definitely schedule a consultation, invest in yourself, right? Because that's what it's going to take, is investing in yourself to say, you know what, this ain't working. I don't have any more energy to figure it out. Research this, research that. I got too many things I need to do. Let me get someone else to do it. That's what I'm here for. Let me get someone else to do it. I can be that one for you, right? Give you the structure, give you the process, hand it to you, keep you accountable, right? Have a way to track to make sure this is working. Looking at your cellular makeup, like we have everything entailed for you to reach success if you're ready for that. But if you're just here just to, gather information, gather all you want, everything, take your notes and, see what you can do on your own. And then when you're ready to take it to the next level, to get that tailored support, send me a DM, okay? Let's see, Luis. Oh my God, Luis is here. Yes, Phyllis, speak the truth. Yeah. And so, are the methods multidisciplinary, addressing healing holistically? So that's a great question. The foundation of my program is going to entail the unique holistic approach. So that's going to be the start of it, right? And then as you get the results, right, as you start to learn more about how your body works, building a relationship with food, start to feel better, have more energy, then we go to the next level, right? Same thing. And then we keep going up levels. Now, there's been some cases I've had to add a doctor in the mix. We do have a doctor here at Fibroid Queen. I had to add her in the mix because it needed to be multidisciplinary because of this unique situation for this woman, right? Fertility, we start with the program, that unique holistic approach, and as your body changes, we kind of see the results of that. It may be that we need to add another functional practitioner, doctor into the mix. So just know that you're going to build that foundation and you're going to get support from other coaches, other functional practitioners, doctors that also need to be in it. But the empowerment of knowing that you're going to have eyes on your lab work, someone keeping you accountable, someone leading you down the path that has been down this and been able to overcome it. Other coaches, we have another coach, emotional regrounding coach, Coach Kamisha. She's going to help you on that area. So we have things set in place. To answer your question, Louisa, yes, it is a team approach from a higher level. But in the very beginning, I'm going to help you develop that cellular foundation so that way your cells are getting everything they need on the front end. And then that way we can move a lot more seamlessly as we get to the higher levels. Because this is a build. We're trying to build here. So hopefully that makes sense. That was a great question. Yeah, what happens when after you get the treatment and you now have a whole host of other issues you had before? Louisa, great question. You go and get a myomectomy, right? You go and get a myomectomy and you're healing. You're recovering 2-3 months, and now you notice you're more bloated than ever, right? You notice that you have constipation. So this is something that happens a lot, Louisa. And that's why I want to be that voice to say, what's the vision beyond the myomectomy? Because that's not enough to eliminate fibroids. A myomectomy, hysterectomy is not enough to get to the root of the issue, right? So great question, Louisa. Treatment is temporary when it doesn't address the root cause. Preach, Louisa. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Any other questions? All right, ladies, if this resonated with you, type in the comments. Get to the root. Get to the root. Good morning. Oh, Arthur Balian is here. I've come to report I've completed my morning cardiovascular for 1 hour and 60 minutes where I burn 365.7 calories. Good for you, Philip. I'm so happy for you. Amazing. All right, y'all. I'm wrapping up here. Any questions? Any questions? Anything that comes to mind? All right, you're ready to get started. You're ready to go. Send me a DM, invest. Let's get you on a plan for success where you can go to your family functions, your family barbecues, feel secure, confident that you have a structured plan. You don't have to worry about feeding any fibroids. You can dibble and dabble. You can bring your own food. You know what to bring, what to eat, what to pair it with what, and just have a good time. DM me, invest. Oh, Louise. I'm sorry, love. Louise. I'm Louise, by the way. Exactly. We know surgery doesn't address the root. Preach, 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 Louise. Oh, my gosh. So we got the cheerleader here, and she's cheerleading you guys on. She's giving us this motivation. She's bringing that synergy back with all this knowledge, right? And she's also an advocate in the UK. So we're a community out here trying to help you out. We got you, girl, right? So do you have you, right? Do you have your own back? Let's establish who we are, what we want to do, what our goals, what does healthy mean to me? Where do I want to be? How do I get to the root of this issue, right? Let's go, sis. You got this. You got this. If you haven't heard this today, I'm telling you now, you got this. Louise, teamwork makes the dream work. Mic drop. Yes, I think we'll close it with that. Thank you all for joining. Feel free to catch the replay, share the video, and again, you got this. Bye.